Hi, Kitty Colding back again talking about solving last mile problems in analytics. So welcome to video number 2 in the series. So here we want to talk a little bit about sort of the high-level construct that we've created as we've looked at how to solve these issues with organizations. So this slide that you're seeing is sort of everything pulled together. And so I just want to quickly orient you to what you're seeing here. So remember that what we're doing here is we're unraveling this issue. We're trying to remove these impediments so that users who are typically unfamiliar or simply not active with your BI and analytics tools start really ingesting and consuming this material so that it can assist them, help them make better decisions, and just create expertise across the organization. And again, remember, we're doing all of this in a place beyond the dashboard, right? We're taking what's in the dashboard, we're pulling it out, and we're going to start pushing it to users in a different way. So that's really what we're here to talk about. So if you look at this top layer, you see that there's input and analysis, which is, of course, required. You have to have the data in there. And so we're going to coach you around making decisions about what data you're going to put in front of your users. It's critically important. Then that next sort of layer in the middle, those 3 steps, there's 3 pieces there. So there's creating powerful visualizations. I know everybody knows how to visualize data. There's wonderful tools to make that happen. But there's some important considerations to getting that right that we'd like to suggest to you. Next, there's this idea of articulation, the actual explanation, the narrative, the story around the data. Critically important to making this work. And then next is the design. How should this appear? How do you put together the visualizations and the words and the package that's going to compel your user to consume it? And then the very last piece that you see down at the bottom is distribution. How do you put this into the hands of your users? Again, remembering that we've gone beyond the dashboard. We're assuming that they're not, for the moment, going there. You're trying to encourage that down the road. But what's the mechanism? What are the channels that we use? So that top layer, input and analysis, obviously, what you want to do is select some key data points, some key findings that are relevant to your intended audience or audiences. We see very commonly that companies are pushing so much data through to these newer users that they're just getting entirely overwhelmed. And there's this idea of information overload, which is an old term, but it really has relevance in this situation. So I want to read this definition to you about information overload. This is a state in which a decision maker faces a large set of information of differing size and complexity that actually inhibits the decision maker's ability to optimally determine the best possible decision. So too much information is actually the opposite of helpful. So to really focus on making sure that you're curating what it is you want these early users and these inactive users to start focusing on. So here we say, make some choices. Decide, based on the audience or audiences that you're looking to engage, what's going to be relevant to them? What's going to have a material impact on the success or outcome of their job responsibilities? What's going to support them or inspire them or add some dimension to some decisions that they may need to be making and can do so better with this data in hand? And so this is one of the most important ways is focusing and curating these findings so that you've chosen what you want them to start thinking about and you're picking your best, right? You're getting folks to really speak to a few things that are super high level, not 80 pages of anything. You're picking 3. Remember the rule of 3. Okay, that's it for this one. We will go on next to our next series. Thanks for joining.